There is this incident that happened yesterday evening at JFK Airport in the US. Now, a brief summary of what actually happened is that there are these two Americans. One is a black American, the other one is white. They are traveling as tourists to Kenya. Now, they booked their air tickets. They had their passports which were valid, and on reaching the airport, they went to queue at the KQ place, the KQ section, only to be told that they didn't have authorization to travel to Kenya. So they didn't have the ITA, which is just necessarily a visa. Now, these two tourists ended up being left at the airport. The flight they were supposed to take left them there, and they had to undergo a very terrible situation at the airport, knowing very well that they had packed and prepared for a vacation in Kenya. Now, President William Ruto aliambia these guys kuwa Kenya is visa-free, and it is quite unfortunate kuwa kuna watu waliamini the whole aspect, because for you to travel to Kenya, lazima ukuwe na hiyo ITA or ETA, yeah? Now, this ITA works the same way na vile visa ilikuwa. Now, kuna watu wamekuwa wanasema the ITA is just $30. Kwa nini asilipe hiyo $30 akuje Kenya? Now, the problem is, even your passenger akilipa hiyo $30 kwa airport, he needs to wait for probably 2 or 3 days ndo iweze kuwa approved, ndo aweze kuja Kenya. This just breaks the whole logic ya kuwa Kenya is visa free, because if you've ever traveled to a visa free country, you'll realize that you just need your air ticket and your passport. Now, ukifika kwa immigration ya your country, they'll just take your passport, na wakiangalia you are from Kenya, you are allowed in. So hauhitaji any documentation. You don't need to wait for a day. You don't need to pay for any documentation. But you have the president here ambaye aliwaambia hivyo. So kuna watu walikuwa wanalaumu these guys, but in my own opinion, we should be blaming our president because yeye ndo aliambia hawa watu kuwa Kenya is visa free. And most people know the definition ya visa free. At least people have traveled to countries, wanajua hizi countries ziko visa free. They have experienced it from there. They don't have to pay anything. But when you tell Kenyans, when ukiambia watu kuwa Kenya is visa free, then wanafika airports, wanajipata kwa station kama hii, wanaambiwa they need some sort of documentation ambao hawakuwa wanajua. But in addition to that, they need to pay for it, which is just the same way na vile visa ilikuwa, which is just the same. It breaks the whole aspect ya communication. The government ya Kenya intakana iweze communicate. The president should communicate something that is clear. Ambie kuwa tourist kuwa for you to travel to Kenya, you need still a visa. Just that tumebadilisha jina, it is not a visa again, saizi tunaita ITA, but you need that documentation for you to travel to Kenya.